Good morning, dear student. In today's lecture, we are very much interested the bonding of carbonyl ligand with metal atom. If you consider this carbonyl, so we already discussed its electron donation, different complexes for it in electron rule. If you consider this carbonyl, it is two electron donor ligand, two electron donor ligand. Second, it is it is a sigma donor. It is a sigma donor as well as pi acceptor ligand. It is sigma donor as well as pi acceptor ligands. So when it donate its electron to the metal atom, it will forms a sigma bond, and when metal atom back donates its electron to the vacant p orbital of this carbonyl, then they will forms a pi bond. So you should remember, so this carbonyl, it is two electron donor, and the carbonyl, it is a sigma donor as well as pi acceptor ligand. So if you consider uh, the bonding, so in this case, let us consider this is your metal atom, the metal atom having the d orbital, the metal atom having d orbital is there, and this is your carbonyl, the oxygen having positive charge and this carbon having a lone pair. So why we know that this carbonyl is also act as an ambidentate ligand. So we are very much familiar with this ambidentate ligand. Both this carbonyl, both this carbon and oxygen can donate its electron pair to the metal atom, but in this case, if you consider the carbonyl, only carbon can donate uh, the electron pair to the metal atom and forms a sigma bond. So why only carbon can donate electron and why not oxygen? Why not oxygen can not donate electron to the metal atom? If you find out the reason behind this, so you first understand the mo diagram of carbonyl, that is molecular orbital diagram of co ligand. If you consider this molecular orbital of co ligand, then we know that uh, this carbonyl having a sigma 2pz orbital, that is the last electron is pair in sigma 2pz orbital. This sigma 2pz orbital, it is homo. If you consider, it is highest occupied molecular orbital, so it contains the electron, the last two electron is present in sigma 2pz orbital, and it is considered as a homo, and it having a empty pi star orbital, that is pi 2px and pi 2py, it is considered as a lumo. So this sigma 2pz, it is considered as homo, and the pi star orbital, it is considered as a lumo. But if you consider this sigma 2pz orbital, it is much more closer to the carbon atom, and therefore it can donate its electron. That is, you should remember, whenever we consider the carbonyl as a ligand, then the donation of electron from carbon atom, the reason behind is that the sigma 2pz is much closer to the carbon atom, so you should remember. So sigma 2pz is a orbital, sigma 2pz, it is your homo, highest occupied molecular orbital, the last electron present in this sigma 2pz orbital, highest occupied molecular orbital, and it is much closer to carbon atom, much closer to carbon atom, and therefore they can donate electron, they can donate electrons. they can donate electrons. Again, you should remember that is the HOMO of carbon is of higher energy. Whenever there is a HOMO, highest occupied molecular orbital is there, it is higher in energy, and the LUMO, that is lowest unoccupied molecular orbital, is lower in energy. So HOMO of carbon is of higher in energy, so its lone pair is donated. So its lone pair is donated. That is, the HOMO of carbon is of higher energy, and therefore the second reason is that the first one is that the sigma 2pz, it is your HOMO, highest occupied molecular orbital, it is much more closer to carbon atom, they can donate the electron. And again, the second one is that the HOMO, so whatever the HOMO is there, that is sigma 2pz, the HOMO, it is the HOMO of carbon is of higher energy. The HOMO of carbon is of higher energy. The HOMO of carbon is of higher energy, so its lone pair is easily donated. And if you consider the HOMO of oxygen is of lower energy, because oxygen is more electronegative, so its lone pair cannot be donated. So you should keep in mind the reason behind why only the carbon is donates its electron to the metal atom. There is a two reason. One, that is whatever the HOMO of carbon, it is much closer, whatever the HOMO, that is sigma 2pz orbital, it is much closer to the carbon atom, and therefore they can donate electron. Again, the HOMO of carbon is of higher energy, and the HOMO of oxygen is of lower energy due to its high electronegativity, so it cannot donate its lone pair to the metal atom. So if you consider the donation, no doubt, at least you should know it is a 2 electron donor and it is sigma donor as well as pi acceptor. So this electron is donated to the metal atom, and the bond which is formed by the donation of electron from carbon to the metal, it is a sigma bond, and therefore this ligand, this carbonyl, it is act as a sigma donor ligand. It is act as a sigma donor ligand, and we get this, that is metal carbon oxygen bond. So we get a sigma bond is there. So this is a sigma bond. And the second, that is it is a sigma donor as well as pi acceptor ligand. So this is the pictorial representation for sigma bond formation. Why the carbon having a lone pair of electron? Because its HOMO is of higher energy, and the HOMO sigma 2pz orbital lie much closer to the carbon atom in molecular orbital of carbonyl, and therefore the lone pair, it is donated by carbon, it is not donated by the oxygen atom, and whatever the bond which is formed, it is called a sigma bond. Again, there is another bonding, it is also called as a pi, because this carbonyl, it is sigma donor as well as pi acceptor ligand. So if you consider the metal having a field d orbital, the metal having field d orbital, the metal having field d orbital, and we know that this carbonyl, so we know that the HOMO, it is your sigma 2pz. We I can already tell you that the sigma 2pz, it is your HOMO, highest occupied molecular orbital, and the carbonyl must have, the carbonyl having a 2 pi star empty orbital, that is lowest unoccupied molecular orbital, that is pi star 2px and pi star 2py. So it has a vacant pi star orbital, and therefore it is considered as a pi acceptor ligand. So it can gain electron from field metal d orbital to its vacant pi star orbit, So if you consider, this is your vacant pi star orbital, Let us consider. This is your pi star orbital, vacant pi orbital, vacant pi star orbital, which is act as a LUMO, lowest unoccupied molecular orbital. So you should first first understand the MO diagram of carbonyl, and then we discuss this point. Then the carbonyl, it is a sigma 2pz, it is your HOMO, and it having a two vacant orbital, that is pi star 2px and pi star 2py. It is considered as a LUMO, lowest occupied molecular orbital. Therefore it can gain electron from metal atom to its vacant pi star orbital, and therefore it is considered as a pi acceptor ligand. So when the metal donates its electron back to the empty pi star orbital, then it is considered as a back bonding. This concept, that is the donation of electron from metal atom to the empty orbital of this carbonyl, then it is considered as a back bonding. And whatever the bond which is formed, it is considered as a pi bond. Whatever the bond which is formed, it is considered as a pi bond, because already there is a formation of sigma bond is there, O positive. And when this metal, when this metal, it will transfer its electron to this vacant pi star orbital of this carbonyl, then there is a conversion. That is, if you see this conversion, that is the back bonding is there. The concept or the phenomenon is considered as a back bonding. The donation of electron from metal d orbital to the vacant pi star orbital of carbon, that is considered as a back bonding, and the bond which is formed is called as a pi bond, and the bond which is formed is called as a pi bond. So already there is sigma bond is there, and due to the donation of electron, the new bond is formed, that is called as a pi bond. So if we draw the structure like this, that is metal, carbon having a double bond, and this oxygen, carbon oxygen having a double bond. So if we see the structure, this is the structure. So first, carbonyl donates its electron to the metal atom and forms a sigma bond. At the same time, this carbonyl is also act as a pi acceptor ligand. When metal d orbital donates its electron to the vacant pi star orbital of this carbonyl, then the phenomenon is considered as a back bonding, and whatever the bond which is formed is considered as a pi bond. So whenever the carbonyl interact with this metal atom, it will forms sigma bond as well as pi bond, and it will donates its electron, form sigma bond, as well as it can gain electron from metal atom to form pi bond, and therefore it is act as a sigma donor as well as pi acceptor ligand. So this carbonyl, it is act as a sigma donor as well as pi acceptor ligands. If you consider what is the effect of this back bonding, so if you consider, so we are very much familiar with this formula, that is frequency which is equal to 1 upon 2 pi c under root of k upon mu. So k is your force constant and mu is your reduced mass. So what happened due to the back bonding? So due to the back bonding, what happened? This metal, so when the carbonyl act as sigma donor, it will form sigma bond. After back bonding, it will convert into this, that is it will forms a pi bond, and the triple bond is converted into double bond, and there is a formation of metal carbon double bond and carbon oxygen and double bond. So we get this. So what happened due to the back bonding? That is, if you consider uh, what is actually happen due to this back bonding. So first sigma bond and then pi bond formation is there. Pi bond formation is there, and due to the back bonding, what happen? If you consider, there is a single bond between metal and carbon atom first, but due to the back bonding, there is a double bond between metal and carbon. And if you consider, there is a triple bond between carbon and oxygen uh, before back bonding. And after back bonding, there is the conversion of triple bond into double bond. So what it indicate? It indicates, if you see this here, uh, due to the back bonding, metal carbon bond strength is increases. Bond strength is increases because the single bond, metal carbon single bond, is converted into metal carbon double bond, and therefore the metal carbon bond strength is increases. As we know that as bond strength is increases, the bond order is also increases. So you should remember, because the single bond is converted into double bond. As bond strength is increases, bond order is increases. As bond order is increases, the stability is increases. As bond order is increases, the stability is increases. As stability increases, k is increases, force constant is increases, and finally the frequency is also increases, because frequency, it is directly proportional to the force constant. So you should remember, lot of things are happen due to this back bonding. So due to the back bonding, that is donation of electron from metal to the carbon, what happened? The double single bond is converted into double bond. That is, bond strength of metal and carbon is increases. Therefore the bond order of metal carbon is increases, stability increases, force constant increases, and due to this, the frequency, stretching frequency, is also increases. But what happened to carbon and oxygen bond? So if you consider the carbon and oxygen bond, the triple bond is converted into double bond, and therefore if you consider, the bond strength is decreases due to the back bonding. Bond strength is decreases due to the back bonding in case of carbon oxygen bond. So you should remember what is the changes in metal carbon bond and carbon oxygen bond. So MC bond strength is increases, but CO bond strength is decreases. As bond strength is decreases, bond order is also decreases, because triple bond is converted into double bond. As bond order decreases, stability is also decreases. As bond order is decreases, stability is also decreases. Stability decreases, then K decreases, that is force constant is decreases, and as force constant is decreases, the frequency is also decreases. The frequency is also decreases. So you should remember this point, that is, the bonding of this carbonyl with metal atom, and there is a very important concept, that is back bonding. So what happened due to this back bonding? Due to the back bonding, MC bond strength is increases, and the bond order is increases, stability increases, force constant increases, frequency is also increases for metal carbon. And for carbon oxygen bond, the bond strength is decreases, and all other parameters are decreases. That is, metal carbon frequency, metal carbon stretching frequency is increases, while the carbon oxygen stretching frequency is decreases. So this is all about the bonding of this carbonyl, and the back bonding concept, and the frequency, that is, what is the effect of this back bonding on the stretching frequency of metal carbon as well as carbon oxygen. In the next lecture, we will discuss the factors affecting on pi back bonding. So which factors are responsible, which factors affects the pi back bonding, either it is increases the back bonding or which decreases the back bonding. So this is all about the bonding of carbonyl ligands, and due to this bonding, we study the important concept, that is back bonding. You should remember this MC and CO. So you should remember, due to this back bonding, bond strength of metal carbon is increases, but carbon oxygen is decreases, and due to this all other parameters are changed. So in the next lecture we will discuss factors affecting on pi back bonding. Thank you.